Good morning and welcome once again. Today we're going to talk about something that has hit us like the plague down here in South Texas. It's a very unfortunate event, so I'm going to take advantage and try to help others who could potentially be going through the same issues that we are. I know I've been getting numerous phone calls from other goat breeders, sheep breeders. Everybody's having the same problems right now. This is definitely a first from us. So, as any of you know, I started having issues. My husband and I both jumped and started doing our research, and this is what we have found out, along with consulting with our veterinarian. But as always, I'm not a veterinarian, so if you have any questions or concerns, always consult with your vet first. What I'm talking about is tapeworms. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory. I started having does along with kids, just going from 100% healthy, awesome, and like my does are out on really good pasture. We had some awesome rains this past spring. We still are very blessed with grazing, healthy animals to, I'm talking dead or almost dead in 24 hours or less. Initially, I'm thinking barber pole worms or these triple digit temperatures that we've been having. So collect some fecal samples. Not, I mean, I'm seeing a few barber poles, but not enough that should be like affecting the goats the way they are. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird here. Like, what the heck is going on? And I'm talking like their heads almost look like bottle jaw, but not the normal bottle jaw. Eyelids seem swollen, and Famachi, I'm talking ghost white. They went from 48 hours before being a good dark pink color to white on death's row. What's going on here? I am absolutely confused. We had one doe go down, diarrhea, and I'm like, I'm still going to deworm because obviously with these white eyelids, there's something going on. Something is plaguing these poor animals. And one of the does that went down is almost like she's strained, like she's constipated, but she's got diarrhea. What's going on? So we decide we're going to give her some mineral oil along with an enema. And we do this, and within 20 minutes or so, she's passing massive segments of tapeworms. Here's the culprits of all of our problems. So we research and we research. I go and I consult with with our local vet. He's also having a surplus of a lot of show cattle people come in with the same problem, but on the cattle side. So in the research that I have found out, tapeworms, their life cycle. Eggs are typically laid late summer into fall. Your livestock pick them up as an egg. They ingest them. In the spring, now we've been very droughty, so tapeworms have been in what I would probably call like a dormant type stage the last several years. So this is why we haven't seen them and why it's hitting so heavy and hard right now. So they pick these eggs up, they ingest them. Around the spring, primarily around April, they will start to, these eggs start hatching and growing and developing. They are in their adult stage in roughly 2 to 3 months, June, which is where we're at right now. Well, typically, as the temperatures start to rise, the natural life cycle of a tapeworm is they will slowly start to die off and be passed and just start the whole life cycle over again. A lot of times your older animals are already immune to this. But I'm noticing this is for us, it's hitting all ages. But like I said, we've been very droughty for the last several years, so they've been kind of in a dormant stage. All right. So we've had some crazy triple digit temperatures. In my research, I have found out tapeworms cannot survive in extreme heat, which is why we are now having the major issues. So, while yes, I am deworming because obviously we've got a worm problem, but what is actually happening is because we have had these basically August type temperatures which would be happening during the normal life cycle after they're already slowly in the dying off process. It's happening all at once in June when the adults are at their peak. This is causing a massive die-off of the tapeworms in the guts of livestock. When this happens, it's causing a bleed off because all these worms are dying at one time and letting go of the intestinal walls. That's where your anemia is coming from. So what I'm seeing in these sick animals is not actually the worms themselves, but a result of having them and having a die-off because of the triple-digit temperatures that we've been having. So not only are they going anemic, this massive die-off is releasing toxins. It is also, because there's so many releasing at one time, plugging the system up, which is why I'm seeing some constipation. So now we're basically in flight mode, fight or flight, and we're trying to save all these animals possible. So yes, like I said, I am still deworming after consulting with my vet. At this point, I was using Prohibit, which is usually kind of my last call, but he recommended valbazen. Now, don't use this on bred animals. Valbazen in combination with Cydectin. He has been finding that that's been working really well, so that is what we're going to start doing. But right now, anemia. Fighting the anemia, fighting the toxicities, building that iron back up in their system. What is working for me? Older does. 15 cc's of apple cider vinegar, 15 cc's of water, drench, 5 to 8-ish cc's of red cell. And the first day I hit them hard with about 10 cc's. And then after that, I do about 5 cc's of vitamin B complex. You are going to do this every day for 5 to 7 days, every single day. Once the FAMACHA score starts to look a little bit better, then you drop down to doing this only once a week. If they are extremely bad, you can hit them with like an injectable pig iron. An adult, about 5 cc's, a little one, I would only do about 1. You don't want to do this. And this is only once a week. Do not do this more than once. Again, talk to your vet. They may have a different recommendation. This is just what's working for us. So, like I said, do an anemia treatment. That's what we're dealing with right here. Very random. I said I had to go do research myself. This is the first time I've ever seen this kind of stuff, but it is hitting us hard and heavy down here. We've unfortunately lost several adult does that were in awesome healthy condition. I've lost several babies. My initial gut instinct is a combination of the heat and barber pole, and that was not it. Yes, the heat has a factor to it, but tapeworms. So I encourage you, get out there, check the FAMACHA scores, try to get on top of this. If your goats are all of a sudden looking puny, I've gotten tons of calls from other breeders. This is an issue right now down here in South Texas because we had August type temperatures in June for several weeks straight, triple digits, 120-degree heat indexes. And that is the culprit of this massive, tapeworms following their normal life cycle. But when you have these extremely high temps, it's causing a die-off all at once, way earlier in their life cycle than it should. So as always, guys, I hope this helps you. I pray and hope that you're not having these problems. But in the case that you are, I hope you find this helpful. Pass this information on. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I hope you guys have a blessed day and best of luck with everything.